Astromech droids. One of my favorite things in Star Wars, and here's the first two that started it out. Now, there are several different colors, variations, sizes, and of course, we've got the BB series ones too. Hasbro did make a R2A6. It's the green droid that looks a lot like R2D2. And he was also the droid that helped Rick Ole. So today we're going to make one of these astromech droids. And I've got an R2D2 here. This is from 2004. And I'm going to use some green enamel. This is quite dark green, but I find that in the movie his green is much darker than what Hasbro made. So I'm going to be using this dark enamel green. And we're going to get a little sloppy here, but I'll show you how we can clean all this up. It's really hard to get all of this paint in these little tiny crevices and stuff. Pretty much all we have to do is paint all the blue here on the R2D2 and paint it green. And we're going to paint some other parts. And we're going to keep the rest of it white. So I've let that dry, and it's looking pretty good. It looks really messy, but now I'm going to take a X-Acto knife here. I'm just going to scrape away the enamel. It hasn't been drying for that long, so it's dry enough that you can touch it and it's not sticky, but it's still easy to scrape off. So I'm going to use this X-Acto knife. You can also use like a toothpick. That also works really well. You can just go along and take away and scrape off all the enamel in places where you don't want it. And it will make a nice clean looking paint job. Usually I would put a satin varnish over this gloss green, but in the movie these parts were almost made out of some kind of shiny metal like aluminum. They were chromed with the color over top, and so they're shiny anyway, so I'm going to keep the enamel shiny. I think it's going to make the droid look right. Now I'm just going to put those silver accents back in after I've painted over them. It's really hard to paint in small, deep crevices and trying not to hit any of the details. So I had to just paint over the silver. So let's put those accents back in. So R2A6 has a red light in the front. I've painted that already. And in the back, the light is usually a yellow. That's what Hasbro did, and you can see those colors when you watch the movie again. He clearly has the red light in the front. I'm not really sure if the one in the back is green. I think that sometimes these lights on these astromech droids can change depending on what they're doing or what their mood is or whatever. But I'm just going to scrape a little bit more green off of this around the light, and I'm going to use some bright lemon yellow and paint this light in the back that color. I'm using these Vallejo paints, and I'm going to use this blue. It's not a light blue, but it's not a dark blue. It's kind of in between. I'm going to be using this blue. There's a little blue line, and because this is R2D2, I think it was orange or something like that. So I'm going to paint it blue. And we'll just put that blue right in that. It's a nice long light, and it goes all the way across. And it's going to add some accent color to this droid. So my droid is done, my R2A6, and like at the beginning of my video, here's all of my other astromech droids and some BB-8 droids that I do have, some R4s. There's my R2A6 droid. We'll put him over here, and he's now a custom. And here's my fairy droid I did a couple videos ago. It was a really fun custom that I did, made from 3 droids that I had. I'm really excited in making more of these droids and making new colors. I know Hasbro has made a lot of them, but I have a lot of R2D2s, and I think that I could convert them. So that's the end of my video. Thanks for watching and sticking around. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you've already subscribed, I thank you for your support. Let me know in the comments if you're enjoying these custom figures that I've been making, and I hope to be doing more in the future.